Some memories don't fade, they just wait. A year has passed since that night, and still I cannot stop thinking about him. I worked the night shift, a small hotel, 3 floors, 40 rooms. Most nights were nothing, just the hum of the lights, the flicker of cameras, the silence. But silence, I've learned, can lie. It was just past 11 when he buzzed at the door. He looked ordinary, mid-40s, jeans, a cap, a backpack. He asked for a room, paid with a card. Everything seemed fine. But before he walked away, he stopped and he looked at me. Not a glance, not a nod, a stare. For a few seconds too long. An hour passed. I looked up. He was back, sitting in the lobby, staring at a television that wasn't even on. No phone, no movement, just sitting, watching nothing. And whenever I moved across that lobby, I could feel his eyes, following me, every step. Around 1 a.m, I checked the system. Room 214, vacant. No check-in, no payment, no record of him ever being there. I checked the keycard logs. No one had entered. That's when I understood. He never went to the room. He had been inside the building the entire time. I approached him. "Everything okay?" He turned his head, slowly. "I just can't sleep." No emotion, no expression, just those words. By 2 a.m, he had vanished from the lobby. I found him in the hallway, half hidden in the dark, not moving, just standing. I checked every camera. He was everywhere, hallways, stairwells, corners, always standing, always watching. I called the police. While I waited, he moved closer, 15 feet away, staring, not blinking, not speaking. Then, just like that, he was gone again. The cameras found him next, standing outside a guest's room. That's when I called 911. Minutes later, he walked back to my desk, leaned over, and asked, "Is there any food?" His voice was low, unsettling, and then he smiled and walked away. The police arrived. They talked to him, escorted him out. The truth? He was never a guest. The card was stolen. He had no reservation, no room, nothing. He had simply walked in and spent hours inside, wandering, watching, waiting. To this day, I still don't know what he wanted. But some things you don't need to know fully to feel in your bones. It wasn't good. Whatever it wasn't good. My name is Meredith. I work night shift at a gas station. It was quiet, predictable, safe, or so I thought. One night, around 1 a.m, a man walked in. He didn't grab anything, didn't browse, he just stood there, staring at me. "You always work this late," he said. That alone felt strange. Then he said my name, Meredith. I wasn't wearing a name tag. Then he pointed at the whiteboard behind me and described how I write my letters. Perfectly. That's when I realized this wasn't random. After that, he kept showing up. Not every night, but enough. Sometimes he'd come inside. Sometimes he'd sit in his car, lights off, watching. One night he said, "You ever get scared being alone?" Not threatening, just curious. That made it worse. Then he said something I'll never forget. He knew my routine, what time I locked the doors, what time I checked the back room. He'd been watching me for a long time. Then one night, I found something on the counter, a photo, a Polaroid of me outside the station, taken from close range. No note, nothing else, just proof that he was always there. That was it. Next time he came in, I told him to leave. He didn't argue. He just said, "I noticed things." I called the police. They searched his car, and what they found was worse than I imagined. A notebook filled with details, my schedule, my habits, my life. Pages of my name written over and over until it turned into scribbles. He wasn't curious, he was obsessed. I got a restraining order, moved away, changed everything. But even now, when headlights stay behind me too long, I feel it again. That same fear. I worked overnight at a gas station. You get used to strange things at that hour, the quiet, the emptiness, the way every sound feels louder than it should. But some things you never get used to. One night, my coworker pulled me aside. There was a car outside, engine running, lights off, just sitting there. No order placed, no reason to be there, nothing. When someone approached, the driver acted strange, avoided questions, gave nothing away, then drove off. And another car followed him, also with no plates. Gone, just like that. The next night, it came back. Same spot, same behavior. Others noticed it, my coworkers, customers passing by, but not me. And somehow, that made it worse. Because it felt like they weren't there for everyone. They were waiting for me. And to this day, I still don't know why. I worked at a rural motel. Most nights were silent. The kind of silence that settles in your bones. The kind you stop noticing. Until one night, the front desk bell rang. No one there. Then it rang again. Still, no one. I checked outside. Nothing. Then, again. This time, I looked down. A hand, pale, reaching up from under the desk, pressing the bell. I ran, locked myself in the back room, pulled up the cameras, and there he was, crawling out from behind the desk, slowly. Then he looked up, directly into the camera. He had been hiding there the entire time, just a few feet away from me, waiting. He walked toward the back room. The door handle moved, slowly, once, then stopped. Minutes later, police arrived, but he was gone, like he was never there, except he was. He was right there, inches away from me, and I never knew. Now, every time I hear that sound, that soft, simple ring of a bell, I remember that hand, pale, reaching up from the dark.